times, 4 times. Doing gang things, living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you, you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy. Being on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block lot with your homeboy. But no, you had vision, you had gold. Brand new you on the old time road. Take care of home where you bust your low. Black men don't cheat, screaming bump these hoes. Real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you PD grade. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the folk that have moved up. Even if you had a slow start, screwed up. Used to gang bang, now homie brewed up. Had a little plan, I had them blew up. Look at you like a man right now. Dressed to the T, smelling like a grand right now. And you ain't got nothing from a handout now. Just faith and hard work gets it planned out now. You could've took a bunch of dusty rolls. The hand dealt with a bunch of cards to fold. To stay hot while the world is freezing cold. The same plot, but the story's never old. Slow clap for your kinfolk. Could've been asking what your info. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020 twins, so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't throwing nothing, I'ma say these bands won't impress y'all, don't need no fans. That ain't my God, who is that man? This real man talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom while you peek these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah. Doing cane things. Mono. Living super clean. That done came up.
1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that wop, I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a ring. All praises to the most high, let it sing. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of in the most high. He provide and protect so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. BS help me, shout let the silly go.
1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. Here we go. Let me get these buttons together. Here we go. Okay. What? Oh, now I can hear. I was wondering why I couldn't hear myself at all. What's up to everybody on the TikTok? Shalom and shalom. To you, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are watching from. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I realize you could be anywhere on the worldwide internet, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's right. Okay, so the topic for today. Okay, love you, honey. Thank you. The topic for today is you're too angry to see him. And so I was gonna go a particular place with that, but given all the breaking Remy and Pap news, and it just perfectly fits into my story, we're gonna work that in. Probably along with a couple of other current events. We'll just see how the flow goes. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. If you're not on the YouTube, you can head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. So you can see and experience the entire show. Let me introduce myself, please, because you might be like, okay, who is this lady talking to me? I go by Miss Mono's World in these content creator streets, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, where all the content creators be, the real content creators, not no slang, not no air quotes, real content. Family content. Okay, there we go. Family content. I have to be specific these days. It's crazy out here in these streets. Okay. So yeah, if you're not already on the YouTube, again, head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. And that way you can experience everything. You can hear everything. If you're on my TikTok, give me a like, share the live. Let the people know that we are here. Okay. All right. So lot to talk about today, right? So my original idea was talking about the loop from anger to sin, right? That was my original thought process where I was going with this. And so I started looking up some things about anger. Where does it come from? Why is it such a problem? Especially in women, especially in Black women. Okay. And so one of the first things that I realized or that I found was that anger is actually a secondary emotion. Um, Anger usually stems from sadness, loneliness, fear, anxiety, a plethora of emotions, but the safest way for you to express them around other people is anger. For instance, you know how you feel after you've been through a breakup and you're sad, right? You're like sad, you're like distraught. You know, you don't want to be bothered with anyone. You just want to lay in the bed all day and hide under the covers and eat bonbons and drink whatever. Okay. And so when you are feeling this way, when it's time, thanks for the follow. When it is time for you to go out and face the world, you do not usually go out and face the world with your sad, heartbroken face on. You're not going to walk around to everyone and be like, I'm so sad. My heart is broken. Please. You just can't do that, right? It's dangerous to expose yourself in moments of vulnerability. So you would never give the haters the pleasure of knowing that your heart is broken, that you're going through some things that you don't feel right. But what you don't mind doing is letting somebody know that they got the right one today. You don't mind letting somebody know that you're not the one or the two. You don't get any backlash for that. Nobody's going to look at you as weaker because initially we're not analyzing your behavior. Two women get in a fight and you just sitting there like, look at these crazy heifers. There's a reason that this is going on. Something's going on internally that's causing these women to act out externally. Okay? Let's take everyone's favorite couple today, or ex-couple, Remy and Pap. Okay? Listen. A woman has to be at a certain emotional level with the man in order to have sex with him. Shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. A woman has to be at a certain emotional level with a man in order to lay down and allow him to know her like the Bible says, okay? I'm trying not to get restricted here. So it is not just oh, I don't know how this happened. Oh, I just ended up under him. Oh, I don't know how we got there. For most women, it's not gonna be a meet you in the club, hit you in the bathroom in the dark, and never talk to you again kind of situation. For most women, even if she is like, Cynthia, thank you. She said yes, and emotions also involve a great deal of crying, right? But it's not safe to walk around crying. That's not safe. So you're not gonna walk around crying. Um, so for a woman to even consider a relationship with you, there has to be something there. And I'm going to speak for myself here because I cannot honestly put myself in the mindset of a woman who's married to a man. This man waits for her to 6 years while she's in jail, comes out, they go on a whole public press tour, claiming that they are the epitome of black love and starting a whole black love campaign or whatever, and then turn around and cheat on him, and not just cheat on him, but cheat on him with somebody that works for the both of us? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, okay, we own family businesses. Like, my family owns like 4 businesses right now. And not that I would, please, let's be clear, okay? I love my husband, okay? And I know a lot of women aren't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it, especially being that I had 3 children already when my husband married me. Like, I'm indebted to that man. I'm indebted to him because not only did he take me on as a wife and treats me very well as a wife, but he also took on my children and was a father figure for my children. And I know a lot of women like to feel like, oh, well, a man should just do. A man should just do. You shouldn't have to thank someone for doing what they're supposed to do. But nobody, who said that he was supposed to do that? Who said he was supposed to marry me? Who said he was supposed to take on my children? You know what I'm saying? But he did. He never hurt me in the process. He never played no games with me. He was truthful and upfront with me the whole time. So I'm indebted to this man. And so that is why I'm saying I could never put myself in the mindset of a woman who has had so much love shown to her. And then you're going to go out and publicly humiliate this man? Never. Never. And then when I was coming up in church, there used to be a saying, if you're going to do wrong right. And when they usually said this to us, it was usually in reference to fornicating smartly. You understand what I'm saying? Like protecting yourself, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so, no, I don't teach my children that, don't do wrong at all. But, ma'am, sis, cousin, if you're going to lose your mind for a second, at least lose your mind with an acceptable replacement. Why would you lose your mind with the help? You own the Kroger and you gonna go sleep with one of the baggers. What? It makes no sense to me. Okay, and so let's go back, right? Because why would a woman in that position do such a thing? I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to say anger. I think it's more of a disappointment. I think it's more of a disappointment, right? To me, the only way that I could see this happening is if Remy was just fronting the whole time. I don't know if you guys have ever done it. I can admit that I've done it, and I've just like been in a relationship or spent time with a person just because they were there and I didn't have anything else going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this the one that, he want to spend the most time with me, so I'm going to spend the most time with him. You know? In my mind, to me, that had to be what happened because I love my husband. I love my husband. I can't another man can't get the time of day from me right now. And I literally mean, I don't talk to other men. If they say, hey, how you doing? And I keep it moving. I'm no, we not kikiing. I really don't care how you're doing. Like, no, none of that. Because I love my husband. No, I like him. You understand what I'm saying? I care about his feelings. I care what he thinks. To hurt him would be like hurting myself. I would never do anything to hurt this man. So I can't understand how a woman who claims that she loves a man goes and sleeps with another man. The only thing that I can think of is that she never loved him in the first place, okay? And that's one thing, right? So then you just go break up with him like, oh, it's not working out. I'm going to do other things, blah, 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 blah. But for you to publicly humiliate and disrespect said husband in the place that you work, publicly, because I was watching Chrome 23. I was like loyal to Chrome 23 until this whole thing popped off. Seriously, it turned me off. It's like, I don't even want to watch this no more because what are you doing? Like, what kind of example are you out here setting? Okay, but let me not digress. Like, share, subscribe. Let me not digress. I can only imagine that it was disappointment, it was anger, it was disappointment and sadness. And now it is coming out as anger. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Even more so when you're talking about a woman cheating on her husband, right? Because it's one thing for the husband to cheat, right? It's just like, I know y'all gonna be mad at me for saying this, but it's kind of like just par for the course, right? Like, okay, men, this is what they do sometimes. Because the requirements for intercourse are not the same between men and women. And in this age of feminism, I guess we don't want to admit that. We don't want to admit that when men and women are not the same, men and women are not equal. Our minds don't work the same. Our bodies don't work the same. Our thought processes are not the same. You know, the old people used to have a saying, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. They used to refer to women with questionable lifestyles as, being in the gutter or having one foot in the gutter. My mother used to tell me a man can lay down with 1,000,000 women and he will still get up and be Mr. So-and-so. But let a woman have sex with one too many men and she's cooked. These sayings that we feel like are all old and played out have a lot of truth in them. And that, again, we keep ignoring the biological reality that in order for you to intercourse with a woman, you must enter her. I don't let just anybody in my house. You're not coming up in here. I don't like to let nobody in if you don't live here, I don't like to let nobody in my house. But y'all will let a dude in your body before you will let him know where you live, and that's sad. And I'm not just making it up. I've seen it. Oh, you can meet me here. Oh, I'll come to your place, girl. He can't know where I live. He's crazy. So he can't know where you live, but he can enter your body. You don't think that sounds a little crazy? And so, even in the case of women like Remy Ma, or even in the case of single women, you see single women sleeping around a lot. You see them doing a lot of crazy things, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing? And so here's what we don't understand, right? That last relationship that left you heartbroken, that left you hurt, even though you thought, oh, well, to get over an old man, I need to get under a new one. I want to tell you that you did nothing but compound your problems, because now not only do you have one heartache to deal with, now you've given yourself to another man, and guess what? He don't want you either. Right? And while you might lie to yourself and lie to your friends and be like, oh, girl, I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm just out here chilling. I'm just out here kicking it, blah, 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 whatever. Deep inside, you know that your heart is broken and you are hurting. And so instead of you taking some time out to yourself, getting in your prayer time, getting in your word, really conversing with the Most High and figuring out how you can heal from this, you will go and spread your sickness to others. You'll hurt people. You'll talk nasty to people. You'll do nasty things to people. And everyone will, she's so angry. What's wrong with her? Why is she always acting like that? Because it is safer for you to show everyone your anger than it is for you to show them your sadness. And I'm not saying for you to show people your sadness. I'm saying deal with your sadness. Deal with your loneliness. Yes, it gets lonely out here. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the follows. Yes, it gets lonely out here. It does. Especially when you're a single mom. I know. No lie. 2 people that I know, one is a cousin, one is a sister associate. I had the same conversation this week. Yes, you're going to be lonely when you're a single mom. But what you don't realize is the loneliness can be used as a trick to keep you going in that same cycle. How did you end up being a single mom in the first place? Whoever said get over the one and get under another one was the dumbest. It makes things a million times worse. Because now you got 2 heartbreaks. Now that's two men who I done gave myself to who don't want me. It makes it terrible. It makes it horrible. How did you become a single mom in the first place? Unless you were married and got divorced. And even some of us who've been married before, we have to sit back and admit, like, I knew I shouldn't have married him. I knew I shouldn't have married him. So how did you end up a single mom in the first place? And if you're willing to be honest with yourself and admit it was me and my mistakes, I was moving too fast. I wasn't listening to the Most High. I let my loneliness and my sadness get the best of me. But we don't talk to ourselves like that because Black women don't like accountability. We don't take accountability for nothing. And all we got to do is get on the internet and find the right group of women. And they'll back us up with our nonsense. Like, yeah, girl, he a dog. He wrong. He this, he that. But that's not what you need. What you need is to step back so you can break the cycle. It's literally a sin to anger pipeline. You sin out of whatever feeling. The consequences for your sin cause you to be angry. And now to heal from the consequences of your previous sin and you're walking in your anger, you're just going to pile more on into it. It's like a person that lies and gets caught in a lie. And instead of just saying, yeah, you know what, I lied. No, they lie and add more onto it. And now you got a whole mountain of lies. This is how it is when you pile your sin on top of one another. You had a bad day. You had a bad day at work. You had a bad day, whatever. Somebody pissed you off, whatever. It's just a bad day. So instead of you taking a few moments and dealing with your anger, you come home and you spread it to your family. You spread it to your children. You spread it to your husband. And after a while, if you keep coming home with this negative energy, nobody wants to be home with you anymore. Your husband don't want to be home with you. Your kids don't like you. Nobody wants to be around you. Well, ma'am, your anger and your sin not only affects you, it affects your family. Because if they're not home, what are they out doing? And nobody's communicating with you. Nobody's talking to you because you never have anything pleasant to say. Your attitude always sucks. You're always moody. Who wants to be bothered with that? I'm definitely not coming to you when I need help. You don't know how to talk to people. You never have anything uplifting or encouraging to say. So why would I come to you in my time of need? So not only does your sin cause you anger, it causes the people around you anger. Because now we got to deal with the consequences of your horrible attitude. And that's if that's the only thing we have to deal with. If things could be worse. So many women will sit around, I'm lonely, I'm this, I'm that, I can't find a good man, nobody likes me, I don't know what's wrong with me. And so instead of us accepting the time of our life that we are in, we're determined that the Most High not moving fast enough, so I'm going to do it myself. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. What's up in TikTok land? If you like what I'm saying or you like what we got going on here, please head over to the Cash App, $ the House of Mana. What are you doing? We as women are just emotional creatures. But again, we're not allowed to recognize that. We're not allowed to live in that. We're not allowed to acknowledge it and therefore learn how to operate in it, okay? But the truth of the matter is we're emotional creatures. We were meant to be emotional. The softer side of life is supposed to be us. But because we've been tricked into thinking that we need to be more like men, we suppress our emotions. We hold it in. Some of y'all is walking around with tore up stomachs right now. Some of y'all is walking around with headaches, back pain, neck pain, pain in your abdominal area, pain in your secret parts because of anger and stress and tension that you just refuse to let go of. Ma'am, sis, cousins, there's some stuff you just cannot change right now. There's some stuff that you cannot change. And I've said this before. Some things you can some things you can get out of easily, and other things you have to walk through. And that walk through can take years, sis. Years. That's why it's better to just avoid the sin altogether. Why do you think the Most High goes through such lengths to warn you? I mean, not only is the Bible filled with story after story of warning and redemption and warning and redemption, look at your life. If you be honest with yourself, there were signs you knew. People came up to you. You heard the voice of the Most High himself. You knew you shouldn't have been there. You knew you shouldn't have been doing that. You knew you shouldn't have took that job. You knew you shouldn't have moved into that apartment, but it was just so cute and it had views and I can't wait because these hoes gonna be mad. And now you're mad at eviction court. Now you're mad because your car is getting repo. Now you're mad because you're embarrassed. Because instead of you saying, okay, Yahweh, this is where I'm at in my life right now, but this is where I want to be. Please show me how to get there. And slowing down and walking it out. I know you might feel like, oh, it's easy for you to say, Miss Mono, you already married, you already in a house, you already own your businesses, da-da-da-da-da. But babe, I still had to walk it out. And please don't think that just because I'm here that I don't have any other goals or any aspirations that I'm trying to achieve. The difference is now my goals and my aspiration also all surround ministry and my family. Any work I plan to do, any work I want to put my hands to is going to be about ministry or it's going to be about my family. I no longer have a self-interest. These aren't just my hopes and dreams. My hopes and dreams are now tied to my purpose because I went to the Most High and I let him give me the desires of my heart. I wanted to please him. So I let him give me the desires of my heart. I let him tell me what I should want, where I should want to go. Yahweh, you give me the vision for my life. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know which way to turn. I don't know what time. I don't know. I need your help. And for some reason, y'all are scared to do that, as if the Most High is going to lead you astray. We don't serve some kind of joker, prankster, trickster God. He's not out to destroy you. He's not going to turn around and take your prayer and twist it on you and curse you with it. I hate now as an adult that I know better. Like, I used to hate in church when they would tell us, oh, be careful what you ask God for, because then he's going to test you. Then you got to go through to get it. No, God don't work like that, y'all. He's not out here to make your life hard. Do you have to go through some things? Absolutely. Are there going to be lessons and tests? Absolutely, for sure. But it's not like you go to the Most High and you give him your prayers and he's sitting up here, okay, now how can I make this hard for her? How can I twist this around for her? I know she said she wanted a husband, but I got to make her jump through 50 hoops first. No, he don't work like that. He's not a con man. He's not a prankster. You can trust him. You can go to him. He knows your heart better than you do. The heart is deceitful above all. You don't even know yourself. What you mean I don't know myself? You don't know yourself because you have been put in situations that you have done things that you thought you would never do. Tell me I'm lying. And if you tell me I'm lying, I'm going to say that you can't be no more than 5 years old, honestly. That's how you know you don't know yourself. And I have enough life experience to know that that is true. I have enough life experience at 44 years old to pray to the Most High to please never put me in certain situations because I don't know how I act. Because I'm telling you right now, if I'm walking down the street and $1 million fall out of the back of a Brinks truck, baby. Boy, bang, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. I'm taking the money and I'm going home. Now, see, sitting here in this chair, right? The right answer is, well, by all means, I would take the money and I would turn it in and I would, I would do the right thing. But listen, I know me enough to know that I don't know how I would act in that situation. So, Yahweh, just don't ever put me in that situation, please. Okay? But y'all are still in denial some kind of way. Listen, there's nothing new under the sun, okay? And that is not to say that all people act the same, but there are scopes of human behavior that are going to be consistent when you consider a certain demographic of people, okay? And the demographic of people that I'm talking to is Black women. I know my life as a Black woman. I know what I've been through. I know what I've done, what I haven't done. I know the temptation that I fell for. I know the temptation that I was able to resist. And so what I'm saying to you is, for the majority of people, the course of human behavior can be pretty laid out. So don't think that what you're going through or your thought process is just so freaking out there that nobody's going to understand. There's nothing new under the sun. There's somebody somewhere that understands. But, and here's a but, lean not into the arms of flesh. Well, what you mean by that, Miss Mono? What you talking about? Even when you find that person and you feel like, oh, we got similar testimonies. Oh, she been through what I've been through. Oh, me and sis can relate to me. Don't be quick to friend that person. Here's what I had to learn the hard way. Just because we both came from the same situation doesn't mean that we think the same now. It does not mean that we view our lives the same now. You could have been dancing right next to me at Body Tap some odd years ago. And you could meet me at a ministry event right now today. And we can talk about our testimony, absolutely, but you ain't getting no more than that out of me, baby. I have learned my lesson, and let me tell you something. Sometimes people will look at you and see that, oh, we both came from the same place, so how is she here and I'm not? We both kind of sort of got the same testimony, so how she happily married and I'm not? How they got a house and I don't? How I'm still got to go clock in at this job and she don't? You can't predict how people are going to respond when the Most High starts blessing you. And unfortunately, that means that you can't tell people your business. I had to learn the hard way. My husband is my only friend. My only friend. If you don't live with this house in this house with me, if you not at my table for dinner on Sunday, then our personal relationship is limited. And it's not about not trusting a person. It's about some people just can't handle who you are, what you got going on, and what you're doing. Some people don't understand that when you work for my husband, you work for me too. No, we are one in everything. Yeah, I know he paid you, but babe, that's the house of Mono, okay? The entire house of Mono. So when you working for him, you working for me too. People can't handle that. Especially if they feel like, oh, we supposed to be friends. We supposed to be cool. They have a problem accepting authority. You don't know where the Most High is going to lead you. And I'm telling you, I don't know who this is for, but watch your relationships, especially when you start working with people. Working with people will change your relationship based on who's in authority and or who seems to be doing better, who seems to be surpassing. All of a sudden, that little green-eyed monster start popping his head up. They start making little slick remarks. And you like, wait a minute. And see, me, I'm a pop off her. If I think you trying to be slick in the mouth, my fleshly first instinct is, excuse me? Oh, baby, because I consider myself a wordsmith. I got a vocabulary for you. I don't have to curse you out one time, but I will have you feeling lower than the dirt between a dog's paws, okay? That is my fleshly instinct. But the maturity in me, the understanding that the ultimate goal is to win souls, and through my husband's tutelage, I can't even take that from him. He had to work me a lot on not popping off about everything. Everything don't deserve a response, and everybody does not deserve a response from you. That'd be so sad. Friends supposed to be friends. Sisters supposed to be sisters. Sad we got to double check friends. It is sad. But I don't even take it personal anymore. I just understand it's the condition of people. Everybody can't handle your testimony. Everybody can't handle you currently. Even when you feel like you're still in a broken place, you might feel like, dang, I'm not all the way together. You know what I'm saying? I'm lacking in this area. I wish I had more than that. I wish I had this. I'm still not where I want to be. But there's somebody that's looking at you and that's jealous of you and what you think is the little bit that you got right now. You and your husband could be struggling, living in your car, and there's some heifer somewhere that's jealous because at least you got a husband. Faith in Israel, shalom and shalom, sis. You could be on your you could have put your I don't know how much it costs to ride the bus these days, but you could have put your last money in to ride the bus to get to work, and you sitting at work stressing, praying, figuring out how you gonna get home, and there's some heifer that's jealous of you because of who you are going to be. Because people from the outside can see so much better than you can. You can't see what other people can see of you. And unfortunately, we have been taught in era to think too low of ourselves. Right? I know for me, I heard a lot growing, oh, you not as cute as you are. You ain't all that. You think you so smart. You ain't so smart. You ain't this. You ain't that. And it's, excuse me? Where did that come from? So we've already started off life being verbally beat down to feel smaller than those around us. Shake that off and let that go. And I'm not here to give you some worldly instant advice. I'm not here to give you talk to the universe and manifest it. I'm not here to give you a name it and claim it. I don't have a speak and say. I don't have any of that. What I'm going to tell you, baby, just as long as it took you to get into that mess, you have to understand that it's going to take time to get out of that mess. And I know you got yourself in that mess by yourself, but you can't get out of that hole by yourself. All you're going to do is continue to dig it deeper and deeper. Think about it. You ever seen them cartoons where they digging a hole, or Elmer Fudd or Daffy Duck, somebody start digging a hole and digging a hole, and they just keep digging themselves deeper and deeper and deeper? That's how you look when you're trying to solve your problems by yourself. You just digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. You just chiseling and keep on walking through. Nothing that nobody can do can save you from the anger, the sin, and the disappointment that you have allowed to creep into your life. Yes, you allowed it. We take accountability here because that is the only way that we can change. If you won't take responsibility for your behavior, that means you're waiting on somebody else to change their behavior and then come and give you the permission to change. Take your power back. Take your power back. It don't matter what you say. I'm not going to cuss you out because then I got to feel bad all day. I got to live with that negative energy. I got to answer to the Most High. And I got to feel bad because I didn't exercise any self-control. I let you bring me down to your level. Take your power back. For y'all married women, we fight not against flesh and blood. You got to understand. You're not fighting your husband. Men have emotions too. Men have issues too. But they're not as free to express that. And you know that. Don't sit here and act like, oh, well, my husband can talk to me. He knows he can come and talk to me. Yeah, but if you got a real man like I do, that's just not their first instinct. That's not his first instinct is not, my husband's first instinct is not to come to me when he's upset. He don't. He'll just hold it in. And I might say something and he might give me a short answer or whatever. And I'm like, okay, he's having a moment. And when he's ready to come and talk to me, he'll talk to me about it. I allow him that. Why? Because I understand that that's a man. And that's just how he got to work. Stop taking everything so personal. And I know you might be like, but that's my husband. I'm supposed to take it personal. No, you're not. We fight not against flesh and blood. It is not about you as a person. I mean, unless he's coming out and telling you I don't like you. You're getting on my nerves. Okay? But anything short of that, stop taking it personal. And I know it's hard. Listen, me and my husband, we used to have some knockdown, drag out fights, okay? And I try very much not to get personal in my arguments. I'm not ignoring y'all TikTok. I see y'all. I try very much not to get personal in my arguments. Like I try to just, let's talk about what we're talking about and let's keep it at that. Okay? I hope my husband don't feel no kind of way about me telling y'all this. Thank you, sis. Thank you. All praise to the Most High. And I hope my husband don't feel no kind of way about me telling y'all this. But when we used to argue, he would get personal. He would make it a personal issue. And I had to walk away because that's not what I want to do. Okay. And all praises to the Most High. Like, I had come to the understanding, okay, this is bigger than me. This is not about me. All right. And let me also say that what helped me also come to that understanding was us communicating. Because yes, we get in an argument, but okay, let's sit down and talk. And it was his honest communication with me, like, listen, well, I don't know how to argue this way. This is the only way I know how to disagree with you. And now that I know this, when I see it getting heated, okay, let's just walk away because it's not about me as a person. It's not about Rayshannette. Dante loves Rayshannette. Dante loves Rayshannette, and Rayshannette loves Dante. But we fight not against flesh and blood. So it's not Dante fighting against Rayshannette. It's whatever is seeking to destroy me at that time. It's whatever's bothering him that wants to use me to destroy him. I don't know the spiritual makeup of whatever's going on around here, but all I know is I'm going to stay in my place. And like my good sis said, I'm going to honor my husband in all things. Even if it means I got to be quiet and walk away. Even if it means I got to feel like a punk. And I don't even say that anymore. I used to feel like that, like, oh, he punking me. That's my husband. He can't punk me. We are two halves of one person having an argument. We're two halves of one person having a disagreement. So I'm not seeking to destroy you. I just want us to get to a better place in our situation. We love each other. It's never about you as a person. Please understand that. Even when it comes down to the enemy of your soul, it's not about you as a person, baby. It's about who you belong to. It's about who has claimed you. It is about who has chosen you. It is about who knew you when you were being put together in your mother's womb. That's all it's about. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just like my daughters. They're in their 20s. They're like 1920s. And so they're dating. Okay? I don't think nobody good enough for my daughters. And I don't think I ever will. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. But my rule with them is, as long as you love them, I will love them too. As long as you're happy and as long as you love them, I love them too. The minute you say we done with them, we done with them. I'm done with them too. No, I'm rolling with my kid. However my kid feel about you, that's how I feel about you. I don't have a personal relationship with you. My relationship is with my child. So anything that's how my child feel about it is how I feel about it. So to the person that they were in the relationship with, it's nothing personal. I don't even know you. I don't know you from Adam's house cat. The only reason I know you exist is because of my child. Stop taking everything so personal. Angelina, Brianna, Shalom, and Shalom. Stop letting the devil, stop letting life, stop letting people beat you down. Stop receiving everything mentally. You got two ears so that stuff can go in one and fall right out the other. You need to start letting that happen. It's not worth the time and energy. It's not worth the setback in your healing. And that's what you're missing. that other person may not be trying to be healed. Do you know that there are people that thrive in chaos? There are people that cannot be happy unless there is drama, chaos, madness going on around them. You ever seen a person and it always seems like they self-sabotage? They'll have a good they'll have a good job. Great job. Ooh, I want that job. Ooh, you go, girl. And inevitably they mess it up. They have a good relationship and inevitably they mess up. Stop making everything about you all the time. Life is bigger than you. Yes, you get a reward for your hard work on this earth. By all means. Is that Ecclesiastics or Ecclesiasticus, where it says, enjoy your reward, enjoy the fruits of your labor, for it is your reward. You can't enjoy anything in the grave. Enjoy it now while you can. The Bible tells us to do this. So it's not about, oh, I can't do nothing. I can't have nothing. No, how are you getting such things? Are you building your house on a solid foundation? Are you a tree planted by the water? Or is your house built on sinking sand? As soon as a storm come in, you're done. You'll be committed. Yep, I'm down. I'm gonna do it. And then as soon as the first thing comes along that you don't like, as soon as the first hard thing comes, that's why y'all can't have no relationships, because as soon as it get hard, you want to run. Former runner here, speaking from experience. Let's say something I don't like. I'm gone. I don't have to deal with this. That's why you can't hold on to no relationships. Life is bigger than, even your life is bigger than you. It's like if your mama sends you to the store. You're not at the store for yourself. You're at the store for your mama to get what your mama, she sent you there with a purpose, right? Go to the store, get X, Y, and Z. Your purpose is to go to the store and get X, Y, and Z. Your purpose is not to go to the store and scroll the aisles and meet who you can meet and see who you can see. No, go get X, Y, and Z and come back. But the problem is y'all go to the store and you want to get A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and you forget X, Y, and Z. You forget X, Y, and Z. And then some of y'all forget to go home. The Most High sent you here with a purpose. And because of humanism, we feel like that we're above the purpose of the one who created us. Which is crazy to me, right? We feel like we're above the creator. We feel like we as humans have evolved to this point now where I can be the master of my destiny and I can control my fate, but you can't add one breath, one heartbeat, 1 second to your life. You cannot. You can't add and you can't take it away. The Most High knows the exact numbers of hair on your head at any given moment. And you might think that that's not a big deal. But once you realize how small your hair follicles are and how much hair a person, like, it's that much attention to detail. It's that much attention to detail. And you somehow feel like you're greater than that purpose. The Most High sent you to earth to be a light, to spread the word, cry loud and spare not, share my gospel, go to the hedges and highways and call all those to the supper that will come. This is your purpose. But y'all get down here and discover a few things and decide that, oh, well, I'm going to do what I want to do. I wrote a piece a couple of weeks ago I wrote a piece a couple of weeks ago and I was talking about how the speed limit on most highways is like 70. Like, I think we got something that's like 75 around here. I think the highest speed limit in the US might be like 85. And now I'm from Germany, okay? And on the Autobahn, there's no speed limit. No speed limit on the Autobahn, okay? But we're not talking about Germany. We talk about right here in the United States. And so my question is, why are cars in the United States built with speedometers that go over any legal speed limit? Why do I need to be able to go 130 miles an hour if the speed limit is 85 miles an hour? Not only that, why am I able to go 130 miles an hour when your chances of surviving an accident at the speed limit are immensely greater than surviving an accident over the speed limit? For what reason do I need this thing that I am not supposed to do? Think about this. Think about this. When you're sitting there magnifying yourself, when you are pontificating, when you are feeling like for some reason you are wiser than King Solomon, you know all that there is to know. The Bible talks about knowledge. Learning too much making you angry, and learning too much makes you I forgot the exact word, but angry. It makes you angry the more you learn. And if you really are learning the truth, then you know what I'm saying, you can relate to that. Like, once you learn the truth, it makes you angry. And so what feeling do you feel? What feeling do you feel when you realize that you have gone out and fumbled yourself into a situation that you never had any business being in the first place? Nobody fumbled you, you fumbled yourself. You put yourself in that situation. You said yes when you should have said no. You said no when you should have said yes. Thank you for the likes. And now what? Now I'm angry. Everybody's going to pay. Remy Ma is sitting at home right now making abuse allegations against a man who she spent the last, I'm trying to think, when was they on Love and Hip Hop? That was a few years ago when they were on Love and Hip Hop, like right after she got locked up, right? Thank you for the likes. You spent these last few years convincing us that this man was perfect. He's the perfect husband. He's a perfect father. He's the perfect husband. He just does so much. He's so wonderful. And because she done went out here and messed around with the help, now all of a sudden he was beating on her. Now all of a sudden, the media just painted him out to be the good guy. Ma'am, sis cousin, was you lying then or are you lying now? And this is what a lot of y'all need to think about when you're making these choices and these decisions. How is this going to look when it comes out? Am I going to end up looking like the fool here? Am I putting myself in a position to be clowned? Big guy, he shalom and shalom. No, you don't need the Autobahn. You don't. I don't think any American needs to go to the Autobahn because the majority of Americans drive way too slow. And over there, if I remember correctly, you actually get tickets for driving too slow. So, yeah. Okay, thank you, boo. So where are we going here? All you're doing is inserting yourself back into a sin cycle. That's what I'm gonna call it. The sin cycle, the anger to sin pipeline. However you want to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. However you want to visualize it or describe the thing. It's a vicious loop. It's a vicious cycle. And I'm not saying all anger is wrong. Of course, like there's righteous anger. Yeah, of course. But we're not talking about that, are we? No, we're not. We're talking about the anger that comes from facing the consequences of your actions. What are the consequences of your actions? Usually sadness, loneliness, brokenness. The consequences of your sins, excuse me. Now you got to sit up here and try to rebuild yourself. And what are you going to do? Rebuild yourself with anger? That's setting yourself up for a life that's going to suck. You cannot feel like you can just go. Right, exactly. Now he an abuser after she thought the grass was greener. How convenient. Exactly. How convenient. And then I no, I can't, ain't no end then, because it just gets worse and worse and worse. Okay. Because then she posing with pictures of the help from last Christmas. And so listen, now she sounds stupid. She sounds stupid because this man is posting pictures of his wife with her side dude on Christmas. And we know how important Christmas is to heathens. That's the one day you're supposed to be home with your family. Like, if I spent 6 years in jail, I think I would still be mad about that. I know I would be mad about that. Every time I looked at my children and I had to think about the 6, 7 years that went by and I didn't hug them, I didn't kiss them, they grew up without me. Yes, I would still be mad. I would still be angry. And so, ma'am, sis, cousin, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. Check these dudes' resumes for y'all get with them. Because men get angry too. Men get sad. Men get lonely, but their emotions don't come out like theirs. Some of them don't know how to handle their emotions. Some of them get a little McHandsy when they're getting angry. Some of y'all don't pay enough attention to notice the signs when he's talking to you crazy while y'all are dating. It's not funny. Because from little acorns, big trees grow. And from a few words, you can get a black eye. Stop letting your sadness, stop letting your loneliness get you in these messed up situations. Situations that are only going to lead to more sadness and more loneliness. This is what I'm saying. It's a vicious cycle. You're just going from one body to the next, hoping, please, let this be the one that loves me. Please, let this be the one that'll work. You're just picking at straws. You're just grabbing things, hoping that anything will work. Is this one gonna do it? Is this one gonna do it? Is he gonna act right? Can I make it? Can I make it work? He don't have to even really love you. He don't have to even really like you. Will you just tolerate me? What the Bible say? I'll provide my own food and clothes. Just give me your name. Come on. You can't let sin drive you into the black hole of desperation. You've got to stop doing that. Use those emotions for what they were meant for, to get you in tune with the Most High. To be in tune with the things that we cannot see. The emotions of your family, the feeling of your family. When you're hugging your children, it should be like a download. your man. It should be a download. You should be scanning him, checking him out. How he feeling today? What's going on with him? Oh, look at my baby. Every time I hug my kids, the adults and the small ones, Lord, what's going on with them? Help me. What do I need to know? Help me. And I just hold them a few minutes and rub their head and ask them questions. Are you okay? Is everything okay? And if I feel led by the Most High to talk about something, then I will. But some of y'all are so caught up in your own mess that you cannot discern what's going on right under your nose. And it's not even that it's nothing that critical. It can be nothing that crazy at all. But you're so caught up in your own mess. You're so worried about why this one don't want me, why is this not working? Why, Lord, why? Why I can't have this, Lord? Why I can't have that? You're so worried about things that do not matter, that the things that are right in front of you, you will ignore. What good are you serving the people around you if not to use your emotional intelligence for discernment and prayer? I know. I'm a woman and I can go out and make an income just like a man can. And I'm equal to my man and he work and I work and we work together. And listen, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that if that's what you got to do. I understand. That's what some of us got to do. But when I'm saying these things, I'm speaking toward the attitude that somehow we are all equal. My husband don't pray with me. And what you mean he don't pray with you? No, he pray with me. But when I pray, like them early morning, he'll feel my hand on him and he'll put his hand on mine and he go right back to sleep because he say I take too long. He be like, you be taking too long. I'm praying for you. I'm interceding for my family. That's why I take long, because I'm not just here to see about myself. I'm interceding for my family. I'm interceding for those around me. That's my job as a woman, to bridge the gap. I'm supposed to be here at home so I can understand those things. So I have time to think on these things. I have time to pray on these things. The Most High can deal with me about these things. That's what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm at home. You're not just at home to mop floors and eat bonbons until the kids get out of school, for those of y'all who don't homeschool. That's not what your job is supposed to be. There's this thing called specialization. We learned about it in an economics class in college, okay? And so you know how you'll go to a company and they'll have different departments? Like when I was working for Delta Dental, they had claims, customer service, the mail room, the salespeople. They have different departments that focus on different aspects of the business that need to be taken care of, because it's too much for one person to do everything. And then if you have too many people focusing on one thing, something else isn't getting done. So yeah, we both out here getting to the bag, getting to the money, but who is maintaining the spiritual life of our family? Who is praying over our children that we send out every day? Amongst the devil who roams back and forth like a lion seeking whom he may devour. Again, it's not about you, it's about your kid. Because you've already made up your mind that you're going to serve the Most High. You ain't going nowhere, or so you claim. But what about your kid? Especially the kids that you send to the oppressor to educate them every day. Nothing wrong with it if you have to, but I need you to acknowledge what's going on so that maybe that'll start to work on your mind and you'll start changing your prayers to Lord, how can I protect my children from the oppressor? Yahweh, what sacrifices can we make around here so that I can be the one to teach and influence my children to make sure that they are getting the truth first? If you don't accept the fact that there's something wrong with what you're doing, then what is your impetus to change? Again, this is why we don't like to accept accountability, because accountability means I either need to A, change, or B, I'm admitting that I'm just going to lay here in this mess. And you'll never admit that I'm going to lay here in this mess. Oh no, that can never be. What will people say? I'm not one to lay around and mess. But am I strong enough to admit that I need help? Am I strong enough to take accountability for my past? Am I strong enough to be responsible for myself? Am I strong enough to practice some self-control? Am I strong enough to be honest with the Most High and therefore honest with myself? Because listen, I can lie to you, baby, and you gonna go home and I'm gonna go home and I may not ever see you again, boo. But every time I stand in the mirror, it's me, God, and the devil right there. It's me, God, and the devil every time I look in the mirror. And I'm not fooling these two. I might could fool this one, me. I might could lie to myself. I might could fool myself, but I'm not fooling the one on the left or the one on the right. And so as much as you want to try to pretend, as much as you want to name and claim, as much as you want to speak and say it, as much as you're waiting on the universe to manifest it, the reality of your situation is going to continue to play out no matter how much you try to disassociate yourself from it. Okay. So while you're sitting there, not wanting to face the trouble, not wanting to face the scandal that you caused, not wanting to face the lies that you told, your trouble is growing and growing and growing. It's like a pot that you put on the stove. You don't have to stand there and watch it. You can totally forget that you put that pot on the stove. But guess what that water is going to do? That water is going to boil regardless. The water is going to boil regardless. And so now here's the difference, because a person that has grown and healed and can take accountability and responsibility is going to stand there and say, okay, I know I put this pot on. So, let me pay attention. Let me make sure that this water don't get out of hand. Let me make sure that I'm here to do the next thing that I need to do so that I can ensure that this can be productive and successful. But the person that refuses to be accountable is going to plumb forget that I forgot I even put the water in the pot, let alone put the pot on the stove to boil the water. And now it done overflowed and everything's wet and it's flooded. Oh no. What am I going to do? You know what you're going to do? Because you haven't healed and you don't take accountability. You're going to sit there, boo hoo, woe is me. God, why does everybody hate me? Why do bad things always happen to me? I must be cursed. Let me burn some sage. Let me call a witch doctor. Let me do my little hoodoo voodoo. Yahweh, help me. I don't know what to do. Help me. I don't even know where to start. I hear her talking about accountability and responsibility, and I want to be that person, but how can I be that person? I don't like hard work. I don't like hard work. I don't want to pray. I don't want to read my word. Why you can't just do it for me? Why I can't just have it right now? There was a story a long time ago when I was living in Jersey about a kid. His parents, was it a famous kid? Why do I want to say it was Jay-Z's nephew? I want to say it was Jay-Z's nephew. He had bought him a car. He writes one of his songs. I think in Song Cry, he writes about this. He bought his nephew a car, and he was going like over 100 miles an hour, got in an accident and died. It was a high-powered car, right? And so when anybody with any common sense, like, you're not gonna put a teenager in a high-powered car. Like, even my 21-year-old, I'm not gonna put my 21-year-old in a freaking Audi Quattro. I'm not putting my 21-year-old in an R8. You haven't been driving long enough to know how to control it. You haven't been driving long enough to know what speed you can handle and you can't handle. You don't know that yet. You haven't had enough experience. And so that's the same thing. Like, if God just gave you everything you wanted right now, you don't know what to do with it. You don't have enough experience to be a good steward over what he's provided you. So all he would be doing would be aiding your destruction. Look at all the people in the world who you think, oh my God, they have everything they possibly could want. Name me one of them people who you feel like is on a narrow path to righteousness. I'll wait. We hear the story time and time again, but again, we refuse to acknowledge history. There's nothing new under the sun. The Roman emperors were perverts because they could be. They had enough money and enough power to buy anything, any person, any place they wanted. Nothing was off limits to them. And they did not have the confines of the law of the Most High to keep them in line. The financial emperors, okay, so here, sidebar. An oligarchy is a government that is run by the rich, okay? And so the people that run that are called oligarchs, okay? And so what we live in now, as much as we don't want to recognize, we live in an oligarchy now. It is an indirect oligarchy because when these people run for office, what do they need? Money. Where do they get it from? Rich people. So who's running the freaking place? And so you wonder why we're in the hell we're in now. You wonder why it's okay for men to be women and women to be men. And it's okay to kill a baby. Because we have money. We have things. Look at us. We're America. We're a superpower. What does the Bible say? My children will never die. I will never mourn. But if you have any God-given sense, you're in mourning right now. You're in mourning for the people who don't know the truth, for your brothers and sisters who are out there lost. And your prayer is, Yahweh, please, let them get the truth before they take the internet from us. Let them get the truth before it's illegal to own a Bible. You think it's not coming, but it is. And don't be surprised if the next president has a hand in it. Stop playing around like you got all the time in the world. God is not playing with you right now. It is getting serious out here. Have you seen what Netanyahu is doing? The plan to expand Israel? Come on. Do you know the rate of homosexuality and perversion that's going on over there right now? Do you know how much this country endorses it? Do you know what's coming to your doorstep? You don't, and you won't, because you don't want to pray. You don't want to read. You don't want to accept the truth. You feel like, okay, I'm going to be an ostrich, and I'm going to just hide my head. I'm going to just hide my head under the sand, and if I ignore it, it'll go away. You know what I noticed with some of the dogs? They'll do something, right? And then when I go to fuss at them, they like, while I'm fussing, they'll look away and close their eyes like, okay, if I can't see her, then she can't see me. And that's how some of y'all try to go through life. Like, okay, if I don't look at God, then God's not looking at me. But you're crazy as hell. all knowing, all seeing, everywhere at once. There's nothing you can do that he does not know. He knew it before you went to do it. Come on. Come on. I want so much for y'all, but you got to want it for yourself. The Most High don't want you living like this. You think he like to see you all teared up and sad, especially while you're raising a child? Children are supposed to be a blessing, not a burden. But because we keep giving birth in sin, millions of children die in the womb. The womb is the most dangerous place for a Black child. And then you wonder why they talk about us so bad. You wonder why they talk about us so bad. Paxton and Atticus, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Atticus? The Book of Eli show that I have never seen that. I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna have to watch that movie. Hey, Ada Shatter. All right, y'all, real quick before I let the boys start talking, please understand me. I need y'all to understand the Most High's heart for you. He loves you immensely, as if you were the only one. As if you were the only one. He loves you. You were put here for a purpose. You're not here to be somebody's baby mama, somebody's jump off, somebody's side piece. You're not. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's not just a saying. Think about the people that you know that are your age group, that you may have grown up with, that are not here today. And yet you're still here. And you still feel like you got time to play with the Most High? You still feel like this some kind of joke? You feel like this is reality TV and you're waiting for the producers to come out and cut the cameras. And what I'm here to tell you is, ain't no redos, ain't no cuts, ain't no edits. It is what it is. What you put out is what is. How you live is what's recorded. Think about how you feel when the Most High go back and watch the reality show of your life. How is he going to feel watching your life back? And how are you going to feel when you have to stand next to him and watch your life back? Repent and turn from your sins. That is the only way to get out of the anger to sin loophole. Repent and leave it alone. Purpose it in your heart every day. I'm gonna be better than I was yesterday. My attitude is gonna be better than it was yesterday. I'm gonna be more pleasant. I'm gonna pass the test. I don't care who get an attitude with me. I'm gonna stay pleasant. I don't care how hurt I get. I'm not gonna vent to people. I'm gonna save it for the Most High. I'm gonna talk to him in my prayer closet. I'm going to write in my journal. This is going to stay between me and God so that when he fix it for me, everybody going to know that it was only him. And not only that, I don't need anybody talking negative about me while he fixing it for me. So I'm going to keep it between me and him. The path you're on, the journey you're on is a precious one. Please, I implore you, come back over to the right side. Leave that broad path of destruction. Come back on over. Pull a prodigal son. Why are you sleeping with the pigs and eating slop when you don't have to? I love y'all so much. I hope something that I said was helpful to you, whether you're listening live or on the replay. Say hey to Auntie Angelina.
Auntie Angelina.
Yeah. Y'all see his adult teeth coming in. It's making me so sad. Oh, it's making me sad. You okay, Paxton? All right. Paxton took his first standardized test today, you guys. We're so proud of him. He worked really, really hard, didn't he? We studied a lot, didn't we? He's tired. He's sleepy. He's like, whatever, Mom.
And guys,
I
today
don't care.
me and Patton faced our biggest fears
Of what?
of a ladder.
A ladder? Oh, y'all got on the ladder today?
Yeah, it was the tall one that
Yeah.
Dad pulled out.
Yeah. You got on it?
We climbed up last.
Oh, y'all! I'm so excited. My husband and my sons are painting our house. Yay! The inside, yay! Like I get to redecorate and everything. So yeah, pictures and videos of that coming soon. Anything y'all want to say to the folks? Here, I'm gonna turn. Here, grab the mic.
Always go in the path of of the Most High.
Amen. All praises. What you gotta say, Paxton?
Repent for your sins.
Repent from your sins. That's right.
Never get mohawk hair.
What? Your brother's hair is cute. What are you talking about? All right, y'all. Don't forget, if you're in the Metro Atlanta area, we do have a bouncy house business. It's called Top Tier Parties. We rent out bouncy houses, tables, tents, and chairs. If you have any custom screen printing or apparel needs, you can hit us up at the Print Doctors. Don't forget to keep up with Mono's Westside Bullies so you can keep up with all the doggies, especially my precious baby Khaleesi. What else? What else we got to tell the folks?
Tell him I'm gonna hit Patrick.
Oh my gosh.
Ow.
She said, I know that's right, Atticus. When you said, what did you say? Come back to the Most High, stay on the path of the Most High. Yeah, that's right. You can join me back here next Thursday, same black time, same black station, 8:00. If you are in the Metro Atlanta area and are looking for some place to fellowship for Feast of Dedication, the first day and the last day, we will be holding hey Missy Pooh. Oh, Missy Pooh said hi, guys. Hey, Spice King. Thank you for the gift. Chloe's roommate.
Who's Chloe's roommate?
You haven't met Chloe's roommate?
Stop being stupid.
Who you telling to stop being stupid? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you're looking for some place to fellowship for Feast of Dedication, please hit up my husband or myself. You could drop us a DM, Facebook, Instagram. If you're in the Metro Atlanta area, there is a vetting process. We do have some members of our fellowship already. He did meet me, both of them. And that's what I thought. Maybe you just have to see her face. Yeah, you can come over. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with us. Make sure you send a DM to myself or my husband. If you're not already following me on TikTok, follow your girl on TikTok, please. I'm trying to make it to the Creator Fund.
Wait, I got one thing to say.
What's up, baby?
Always celebrate Feast of Dedication.
Right.
It is the best Israelite holiday. You get presents.
That's why you like Feast of Dedication the best, because you get presents.
And chocolate.
And chocolate.
Yeah, because I really I really want a virtual reality headset.
Oh, you want a VR headset? Did you tell Daddy that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We'll have to see. All right, so we will be holding our Feast of Dedication on the 24th. So yeah, if you're in the area and you want to come through and kick it with your folks, please send us a DM. Let us know. You can come and hang out with us and the entire Fruit Forward Fellowship.
Guys, my sisters went to Bahamas.
Yes, the sisters are in the Bahamas.
I miss
So we will miss them. Please just say a quick little prayer for their safety and that they have a great time and Most High cover them and bring them back. All right, I think that's it. You got anything else, Paxton?
Shalom and shalom. Good night.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to join me right back here next Thursday, same black time, same black station. Repent, turn from your sins, pray, talk to the Most High. Take accountability and responsibility and watch your life start to change. I love y'all so much. Shalom, shalom, and good night.
Doing gang things.
Mono.
Living super clean. That it came
One time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I
Tune
submit.
in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. Live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue Maga. Now also available on Messiah TV on Roku and Fire Stick. Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass. Don't miss it, sisters and cousins.
I'm save you in the end like a Semino. Be his help me, shout it, let the silly go.